And no, I don't have any answers to the alternate universe of whatever. It still sucks. I still figure it out, man. But anyway, I remember when I was graduating from high school, they were remodeling the station back then, and to where they can take out the cards, take out everything, and just play digital. Now, on the on-air station, the studio, they didn't have that yet because people didn't know or wasn't familiar with it because a lot of people were bringing their own records in or vinyl in to play their music, so they had to keep the turntables in there. They had a few digital there, but it was still, people wasn't prepared to move into that direction. And so it was very, very interesting concept to see that happening. You know, and the other studios that we had, there's like 2 other studios we can record or do spots or whatever, and those 2 places was all digital. There was nothing in there that you can actually record or anything. So yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a shift going from one to the other, and everybody's still scrambling sometimes to adjust everything, especially as far as with digital music. Now that everything is digital, it can be shared so easily that the digital downloads are a huge thing right now, and the big record companies took so long to adjust to it that digital piracy ran rampant for so long, and it's almost, there's no way to get rid of it at this point. If you put out an album, a week later it's going to be online and somebody's going to have it, and they don't have to pay for it, they don't have to do anything, they can just download it and be done and share it with whoever many people they want, and there's almost really nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, you can't. Alright, guys, I'm taking a small little break. I'll be right back with more Spider in the Hall and more of the topic of recording. Professional studio, back room, digital or analog. Be right back.
Hi, my name is Rachel Wasno, and you're listening to Let's Talk About the Music radio talk show with host Shells Honeysuckle. Starlight Music Chronicles editor Candace Marshall will be co-host on the show at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on March 9th, 2016. This includes special appearances by the artists themselves who will be performing for the upcoming Starlight Music Concert for Morgan's Mission in June 2016. They are myself, Mackenzie Dale, Knock, and Shauna Speck, so be sure to go to starlightmusicchronicles.com, to SMC Radio on the website, subscribe to the show, and of course, tune in. Bye for now.
Honeysuckle Studios and Design is graphic, web, and promotional design you can trust. Specializing in small business and startups, Honeysuckle Studios and Design offers budget-friendly services for logo design, business cards, posters, brochures, menus, marketing materials, social media, full websites, and so much more. Check out samples of work at honeysucklestudiosanddesign.com. Then call 253-353-5678 Monday through Saturday to schedule an appointment.
Well, that was some boring music.
Spike?
Come on, where's the Justin Bieber? Where's the Katy Perry? Where's the Fall Out Boy?
Noddle, you have witch powers. Turn him into a chipmunk and feed him to the owl outside.
I will do no such thing. We're here to talk about our website.
HomeCanineNeutering.com?
What?
No! InvaderPet.com, where people can check out our comic strips or locate bookstores selling bookmarks with our comics on them. So, listeners, want to see comics of me, Noddle the Witch, my pets Kaylee Cat and Spike Beagle? Go to InvaderPet.com and check us out.
Seriously, though, you guys really have a canine neutering website?
Let's Talk About the Music is wanting your sponsorship to advertise on the show's podcast. Anyone, anywhere in the world can advertise. We're especially looking for small businesses, event and festival coordinators, and venues. For pricing and special offers, go to letstalkaboutthemusicblog.wordpress.com.
Let's talk about the music real quickly, guys. That little ad right there about sponsorship. Let you guys know that the WordPress.com is actually down, where I'm just using it as a music pick for everyone. Which music pick is going to come back soon. I just got to iron out some things, and I'll be redoing or continue on with the music pick for all you musicians that are listening to the show. Second of all, I'm opening my sponsorship to anybody. It's not just small businesses or anything. I mean, musicians can put in a can help with sponsorship too. If you guys want to dominate this show, well, not dominate the show, but to promote your music here or your upcoming concerts here, you can do a special price here, so just let me know what you guys prefer and we can make it happen. All right, so I'll let you guys know. And if you guys are interested in sponsorship, go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com. It's a brand new it's official website, no more WordPress. So let's talk about themusic.com. I'm so proud. It
looks awesome too. Go look at it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Yay. And also, if you guys are interested in following, when you guys follow the show, click on that follow button, and you guys are able to get free t-shirts and a coffee mug. But you gotta follow that button. Be awesome. Alright, so back to Spider in the Hall.
Yay. Still here.
You're still here. It's so awesome you're still here.
Yay.
Okay, Spider, before we go anywhere, okay, I have to ask you something. Now, you did my theme song for me.
Yes.
And if people don't understand what that is, hang on a minute, I don't know why anyone would not know that song by now, because it's like everywhere. I mean,
it's famous.
You are famous now.
Yes.
It's very famous. I mean, I had a different approach on the show, which it was okay for what it was. But when you did this gift for me, one, I was completely touched when you did this. You guys need a recap on what the song is? Hang on. That was your first one you did with me. You didn't extend it or anything like that. But that was pretty cool. I mean, when I heard that song, I had a different direction I was going to go with. And when I heard that song, I thought, oh, that'd be even better than what I thought of. But I went with the original one. And then when that didn't work out the way I was hoping for, this came up. And I'm just like, this is pretty darn cool. And I have a lot of people telling me how much they love the theme music you did.
It's a good song. I liked putting it together. It was, when we first started the show, I remember you approached me about being on the show before the show was even on the air yet. Like, it was still like the end stages of an idea. And so I was like, well, I got to do something special for it if I'm going to be, here from the beginning. So after talking with you about it a little bit, I sat down and wrote down some quick lyrics and just thought, I just want to put something together that alludes to how the show is, like how it's a fun show. It's kind of controversial, so it's kind of a semi-heavy song, but I didn't want to be like too deep and like push people away from it. So I just made it dancey. I made it a little heavy, and it became what it was.
Yeah. I mean, when I first heard it, I put chills down my back. Like, oh my god, it's so awesome. But it is like I had this one other direction I was going to go with, and then I really felt bad because I really want to play it, but it just like I didn't know what to do with it. And then when after the third episode, everything fell through. It was like, dude, I'm so using it.
Yes, and the history has been made.
Yes, it has, and thank you for doing it. I appreciate it.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so. Any questions out there, you guys, for Spider on professional studio, recording, backroom? Backroom. What do you think about that one?
Well, backroom can mean a lot of things. Like, of course, professional studio, you'd have this image of all these banks of dials and buttons and monitors and speakers and things and so much equipment. Whereas backroom can be an actual back room, like a small soundproofed room somebody actually built in their home for recording, or it can be a bedroom, or it can be your living room sitting on the couch, or in my case, my studio, so to speak, is in my attic. It's just a half-finished attic that's barely able to hold the temperature, and I go up there because it's the quietest place in the house, and I'm able to just record vocals and do whatever I need to do up there because it's a quiet space, and that's all really it takes to do digital on your own anymore, is a quiet space. You could theoretically go, and it goes back to my comment about artists using an iPad. They can just, if they're on tour, they can, in their hotel room, just sit and record new songs for a new album in their hotel room on their iPad, and that's their back room. That's their studio.
You brought up an interesting scenario you just said there, because I'm going to, believe it or not, please do not hate my show now when I say this, I'm a big New Kids on the Block fan. Yes, I am. I will admit it. I don't care who you are. It will never change. So
no
there.
Difference. No difference.
So there. Anyway, I remember when they were doing their second and their third album, they were actually doing it in hotels.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they were at the beginning of the digital age, so to speak, and it was something new, and it was something to really get rolling. And you don't really think about a band like that being innovators, but they kind of were, really, at the time.
Yeah, they did. So when I remember reading that in whatever magazine it was, probably was People magazine, I'm just like, what? So it was pretty cool, and now that here we are in the future, we're using digital for my podcast, you're doing it for your albums, and it's just interesting how everything just kind of slipped away into what we are right now.
Yeah, it was so fast and so quick that it took everyone by surprise, and it's almost overnight that you had super expensive studios doing a huge business in professional artists coming in and doing albums, to a week later you have kids in their bedroom creating the next huge electronic piece of music that's dominating the dance charts. It's been such a quick transition that it's so hard to keep up with. Even if you're an artist who's done digital your entire existence, it's hard to keep up with the new software and the way things are done now. Like, you don't even... Distribution is a big thing about it. I don't even need to go directly to somebody like iTunes or to Amazon or anybody like that to get my music out there. I can do everything through a small-time distributor and get it sent worldwide, wherever I want, from the comfort of my living room.
Yeah, that's the reason why a lot of Tower Records went down. A lot of a lot of records stores went down because of MP3s and digital. Because I can go ahead and download whoever on Spotify or on SoundCloud, and there I have the whole entire album. Or right. You can have your own podcast and get free music that way too.
That's right. Smart thinking.
Yes, it is.
The fun thing about things like Spotify too is there's a huge battle going on between artists and folks like Spotify and Apple Music and a lot of the other streaming services, because it's come down to how much is the music actually worth and how much should the artist be getting from it. And it's a constant struggle right now for how much the artist is owed for having their music streamed as opposed to having it actually purchased and downloaded.
Yeah, when I started doing the show, I saw people downloading the show like constantly, but they're not coming back following the show. So I wanted to not have it download because I didn't know what was going on. But without it downloaded, I can't go on Speaker.com. I can't go on SoundCloud, and I can't go over to iTunes. So I'm kind of like, okay, I guess you guys are going to download the show. I hope you enjoy it.
It's really interesting being an artist and having access to all these digital tools, and having grown up, like when I was a kid, if you wanted new music, you had to go to like a music store. You had to go to, they weren't really record stores anymore, they sold CDs, but same concept. You have to go there, flip through the CDs and buy a CD and take it home. now, as an artist, you don't even have to put your own